Hello, class. My name is Christopher Ruckold. Today I'll be talking to you about the acceptance and understanding of intelligence analysis as it relates to law enforcement. So, a brief overview of the presentation is first off, I'm going to talk to you about the problem. Then I'll walk you through what an analyst is and how they can help law enforcement. And then I'll back that up with real world data. And then we'll wrap the presentation up to conclusion. So first off, the problem at hand is that most law enforcement agencies are just too small to be able to afford full-time intelligence analysts. This puts a strain on the department, and there's a lack of understanding of the intelligence cycle. And those that do have intelligence analysts lack standardized training, so they aren't able to perform at the best of their abilities. This is all because there usually is a lack of organization and funding available for intelligence and analysts. And one of the biggest problems is that an analyst's work is hard to calculate, as you can't exactly see it, whereas a regular officer is able to record their arrests, their prosecutions, and the like. So what can an analyst provide? So first off is the intelligence cycle. They're able to know that each phase, which is planning and direction, collection, processing and exploitation, analysis and production, and dissemination. With this information, they're able to aid law enforcement a lot more, as they're able to see things from a different perspective. With the information and the data that they're collecting, they're able to actually predict crimes and know which areas are considered hot for different crimes and where law enforcement should focus on. So with intelligence analysts, they need to be held to certain standards. These standards include education, training, certifications, special skills, and future development. So the education starts usually with a 4-year degree. They can major in a wide array of majors, including criminology, journalism, STEM fields, and even business majors. If an analyst only has an associate degree, then they should be expected to have no less than 5 years of experience. And if they don't have any degree, then a minimum of 10 years experience should be expected. The experience should be in private, public, and military, as focusing on research and analyzing data. So the training that an analyst should have outside of the education should be a minimum of 40 hours by an instructor with analytic experience and law enforcement experience. And in these, there's many topics that are covered, from logic, collection, and analytic writing. And those are just a few, but there's large amounts of topics that should be covered. So intelligence analysts should also be certified. These certifications should come from government agencies or organizations, and it should reflect experience that an analyst is going to have, as well as education, training, and proficiency in the job. So an analyst should also be held to have special skills. These special skills should be analytic and critical thinking, as well as expertise on a specific topic. And they should have computer literacy, as well as intellectual and objectivity, honesty. An analyst should also be expected to have future development. What I mean by this is that they should have continuing education each and every year of no less than 8 hours by professional institution, as well as professional development provided to them by the organization that they represent. This way they're able to continue performing at their peak abilities. And an analyst should have professional networks. That way, if they need to rely on other professionals that might be more dedicated to different fields, they're able to call on them and rely on them. So the positive outcomes that an analyst can provide is that they're more informed, as they have data that is organized, and they're able to provide that data to law enforcement. This creates stronger data as it's documented each and every year, which creates more efficiency and accuracy for law enforcement on predicting and finding criminals. So the end results are that this is possible, and it has been shown through different ways. The first one is that these analysts, in this example, created an application in which they're able to give law enforcement officers on the job real world data about crimes that have happened in specific locations, so they can focus on those locations as well as specific crimes. There was also predictive crime mapping created. In this example, it was in Vancouver, where they focused on specifically break and entry crimes, and the data they used was from 11 years. So it was very accurate, and they're able to sort by what building that was hit as well as the highest hit areas. So to wrap things up, to have analysts be in law enforcement, it needs to start with an understanding of what an analyst does and how they can help them, as well as once they're introduced more into law enforcement, they need to be correctly educated and remain educated in order to perform well. If these things are followed, then the results will obviously improve, meaning that the prediction of crime will increase as well as the efficiency of departments. Here are my references, and thank you.